Gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 16 of our Hard Times Hog Farm gameplay series. I'm the Ultra Farmer, and we've got a jam-packed episode today. It's going to be a ton of field work. We are going to have fields to plant, fields to harvest, and then fields to cultivate and get ready for the following winter, along with feeding pigs as always, and trying to keep this farm running. So let's get right into it. Let's get into episode 16, and let's start getting some fields worked and some chores done. Okay, so first thing I kind of want to work on here is we got to get some corn planted in our fields. So we got a bunch of corn to plant. Actually, what I think I might do, I'm just loading up some pig food right now. What I've been doing is each month I've been trying to fill the pig barn more and more with all the pig food that gets made. Basically, about 100,000 liters get made each month, and I just keep doing trailer fulls over into this and getting it dumped off. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this trailer full, and then I'm going to swap tractors here. I'm going to hook our big tractor that we got here, our Valtra, onto our planters, and uh, and then head out to the field and start getting going on planting. Now let me just go check real quick too, because I kind of forget what our stubble tillage. Okay, yeah, and then these two are plowed. Yeah, and I plowed. Okay, yeah. Fertilized. Okay, so these are all single fertilized, and we should be able to fertilize when we plant. I'm pretty sure that I keep forgetting because it's like a bunch of months and a whole bunch of stuff happens in between, and some of our planters have had fertilizer and some doesn't. Okay, so this one seems to. We're basically full, but I might as well do a flyby here and just load up whatever we can. We'll get some seeds put in there just a little bit, cost us a little bit of cash, and some fertilizer. $1,000 in fertilizer, not too bad. Okay, so I'm gonna go get this planter started kind of on this bigger field out here so that we can continue to kind of do some of our chores around the farm. Let's unfold this unit. Let's jump out. Yeah, it's just 50%. Should be good to go. This will actually plant relatively fast, since we got this large tractor. Um, and these planters are pretty good. They're 12 meters wide. Yeah, these ones are 12, right? Well, let's check in the store here. We got a Massey Ferguson on sale. This is just a medium tractor, forage wagon. Are these 12 meters wide? Planters. 12, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let that go. We got some slurry loaded in this tanker that I'm gonna pull over to the production facility, and then we'll grab our Fendt tractor and we'll hook onto this trailer and we'll keep doing some rounds of pig food. What I've been doing is kind of each month, the money that I've been making from slurry, I've been spending that money on pig food as well. Just kind of like a straight crossover, if you will. Just because why not? We basically have been hovering around $1 million, and yeah, I just use whatever we get from the slurry and I put it as pig food because the pig barn will hold 700,000 liters of food. And so yeah, I figure I might as well. It's like free money essentially from well, not really free because we got to feed the pigs, but in a sense, it's just kind of free money that we get from their slurry. A bunch of the manure has piled up as well, so I want to pull that around and dump that in. And again, all the money that we kind of make from that, I've just been transferring into pig food. This tractor will pull that big trailer. Let's go use that big trailer. It'll kind of help. While that planter's going, I don't think I'm going to roll the fields. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm not too sure. It'll depend. If it kind of gets to a point where I'm just waiting on rolling, then I'm not going to. But maybe I'll take one of the tractors and get it to chase the planter and roll some fields. I don't know. I've been just kind of, I don't want to say I got like beef with rolling lately, but it doesn't really seem super worth it for 2.5%. It takes a while, and yeah, just kind of doing all this stuff myself. I don't feel like waiting, letting it go 7 miles around. I mean, unless we got a bigger set of rollers, but we would need a pretty big tractor. We would need quite a large tractor to pull. Big rollers require quite a bit of horsepower, especially since some of our fields got some pretty gnarly hills. Like if we go look at where would the rollers be? So yeah, I got some of these mods installed, but they require 350 horse. Like they definitely probably require like 450 to 500 horse to pull this. Like they're 24 meters wide, up certain hills. Also, like these two are the ones that you get in the base game. This is what you got into the base game of Farming Simulator 22. Way better options, in my opinion, at least. Like these large set of rollers are just such a pain. They're massive. Like they're beyond massive when you actually have them in front of you, and they're just hard to park anywhere. Like even on the farm itself, like where do you put these? Like these were nice because they kind of fold up into a pretty small unit, and you can park them somewhere. These are a nightmare. Same with these aren't that great either because you can't raise and lower them if that makes sense. These are even a weird design how like the tires just stay sideways, but then they roll out. I don't know. I thought this was such a way better option, personally. That's just me, though. That's just me. All right, let's see what else we got in here for pig food. I also had dumped a bunch of manure into the greenhouse to just make sure that we're stocked right up on potatoes. The greenhouse again is like the greatest idea for potatoes. Shout out Load, like our one sub. Shout out. Actually, what I figured I would do, you know what? We're gonna we did it on the other barns too. All right. We're gonna rename this. Okay, this is gonna be Load's greenhouse. Oh, I got my cap locks on. This was his idea, big time. So that's gonna be that. And another sub that's always helping us out. Shout out Brucey. Let's name this barn the Brucey Barn. The Brucey Barn, right there. There you guys go. You're immortalized now on the Hard Times Hog Farm. That greenhouse was a heck of an idea. I sat and I thought about doing like 'cause we needed potatoes to make the pig food, and I was like, anyone who's just joining us, I mean, we're late in this series now, but one of the rules that I had for this series when it first started was that I wasn't allowed to lease any equipment. I had to buy absolutely everything, and so it was a game. It was a struggle in the beginning to like stuff would come up in the store that we didn't really need right away, but I would have to just like scrape and buy it, or we'd have to go do contracts to buy it just to just so that we could like use it later on. Like I remember when we bought a planter and we just did not need it. We could barely afford it. We had one field and we were trying to do like wheat and canola and stuff on it, and but we just had to buy it. And so when it came to potatoes, I was like crunching the numbers, and like just the potato harvester alone is like 400 grand. How much is a potato harvester? Yeah, this one's 600, and then like these ones are okay, but they do 1.5 meters at a time. Like, good lord. Like 1.5 meter working width is just not it. The Load had a good suggestion. Why don't you just get a greenhouse? Clutch. Very clutch. Those are good comms right there. Um, Okay, let's pull around and let's get this manure dumped in as well. And then I'm going to spend about 20 grand on pig food-ish. Well, I'm going to fill that other trailer is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll fill that other trailer. We'll buy pig food because I was going to buy a whole bunch of pigs. I've been back and forth what I was going to do with pigs, but I figured I was just going to let these things grow. We've got 1,936 pigs in the barn. We get offspring in 2 months, and then like this barn will be basically full in 2 months. We've got 205,000 liters worth of food in there. No slurry, we just pulled that out. Barely any straw, but we have straw, I think, in this unit. Yeah, so we're gonna just keep doing some chores while this field gets planted. I'm gonna put some more straw into the barn so that we can keep getting manure. The greenhouse is rocking. It was full. I filled it with manure a while ago, so it should be good. I'm just going to spin around and back in here. Spin around and back in, and then we'll do the same thing with the straw. We'll fill that up. And yeah, we'll buy a little bit of pig food. Let's go tab out and let's check and see how things are going out here. We're going a little slow. 7 miles an hour. Is that how fast these are supposed to go? Yeah, that's how fast they're supposed to go. All right, we're doing exactly what we need to out there then. Okay, perfect. Let's keep doing our rounds with manure while that field gets going, and then, yeah, maybe we'll go roll it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Nothing's decided just as of yet. I can't wait to get these other fields going, though. I would like to get another combine. I'm not gonna lie, just one that's like a little bit bigger than that claws one, and we have enough money now that we could spend it on that. Potentially, it'd be good to have one with a little bit more horsepower, just because we're gonna have to be doing harvesting the wheat out in that field, and our new field to the right over here, and it's got like that one hill is like pretty gnarly. So if I could spend money on anything over the next little bit, it would be another combine with more horsepower, kind of similar to the John Deere one. If we could get one like that, that would be great. I just keep checking to see if anything comes through on sale, but yeah, nothing. Nothing as of yet, but we'll just keep our eyes peeled and hopefully something comes through. But I mean, if not, that claws one is still like more than it's just it's good, completely fine. We've got headers for it. I mean, if we were to buy a new combine, ideally, I guess we would want to kind of get some more headers, another bigger set, but none of that really needs to happen. Just wants. That's what we do around here. We just want new stuff. Especially once it comes through in the store, and then it's like, oh yeah, we can afford that. We got $1,000,000. We can do whatever we want. You know. You know. All right, I gotta park this trailer. Oh, I gotta let it drop down before I start running into stuff. Okay, try it twice. There we go. Third time's a charm. Let's spin this guy around, and I'll just park it right here for now. And let's grab the forge wagon and let's fill it up with straw. I got, okay, so that barn will hold, I wasn't really paying attention there. I think we got, what, 40,000 liters in there? So I want to fill this, I think it'll hold 180,000, or is it 200,000 liters of straw? Let's fill this up a little bit. It'll be a second before we can check here real quick. No, it will hold 200. Okay. Well, we'll fill this with like, I don't know, 100 and some thousand liters, and then we'll go dump it into the barn. And we'll go from there. It's nice having this trailer. It's a little bit unrealistic. However, this is why we named the barn after Brucey. Brucey had a good comment where he was like, you know what? Some of the unrealistic equipment, it's kind of you kind of get to a point where your farm gets to such a big capacity or such a big operation that it's a little bit unrealistic even in itself for one person to farm all that, you know. Like in real life, like I would definitely have to have people around helping me out, like work all these fields, plant everything myself, roll, fertilize, harvest, do everything myself. That's a bit unrealistic. So it's all right to have trailers and some implements around that kind of help you out. And I was like, you know what, Brucey, that is one heck of a point. And that's what I'm going with then. We're going to use a little bit of unrealistic stuff here and there. Okay, so let's dump this in and let's go take a look. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We're slowly getting through it. Our chores around the farm are basically done now at this point. So I'll probably end up, well, what we should do is I'm going to park this kind of out of the way. The final thing that we got to do, yeah, that can stay right there, is we're just going to buy a little bit more pig food, about 20,000 bucks worth. I'll just use this trailer because it's right here. I was going to fill that other trailer because it holds a capacity of 22,000. Now this buying station's good, it's just a little bit off, so we need to go to pig food. It's $1,000 per liter, but this buy station doesn't really charge me enough, so I always take a little bit off extra. Yeah, so there's 22. Yeah, see, so it charged 15,700. So I always just come in and we'll just remove a little bit of money. We'll remove an extra 7 grand to make it fair, and then let's go dump this in the barn. Go dump her in the barn. Nice. Yeah, we'll have offspring in a couple months, and then this barn will slowly fill itself up to max capacity, and yeah, it'll be awesome. Okay, I'm gonna keep going along here and just kind of let planting get a little bit further along. Maybe what I'll do is I'll roll one or two of the fields. I'll roll until the last field. As soon as the last field's planted, we just won't. We're gonna have to deal with weeds as well, so yeah, maybe instead of rolling, I'll just deal with the weeds and we'll call that good for this plant. And because I want to get the weeds dealt with right away, right as soon as everything's planted. So like I said, I'll kind of keep going. I'll bring you back as the corn plant progresses, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm just pulling off our final little field. There's a spot that got missed there. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm pulling this thing back out. We're going to hit the spot. I just noticed that. Just noticed it. We can't be doing that. Corn's our favorites. We got to make sure no husk left behind. That was our motto, right? Yeah, it's going to tell me. Yeah, it's not unfolded yet. Come on now. Fire her up. There we go. We'll get that little spot there. And we'll get this little spot on the edge here, and then we'll call it a day. But all the corn is planted. I got weeds getting pulled off of the kind of the big field out there. It's basically almost done right now, but yeah, getting all the weeds cleared off that. There's no weeds growing right now on the plowed fields. However, sometimes that changes. I'm not too sure. Is this thing gonna fold up? There we go. Yeah. Okay. So cornfields are planted, which is great. Now we just got to kind of get through the months. It's going to be a couple months of summer that we're going to get through doing just normal chores around the farm, which I'll bring you through a little bit of it. You know, why not? Keep doing the chores that I do, and we'll slowly go through again. Like we're slowly kind of running out of ingredients to make pig food. You know, as always, we're running low on just on everything. I can't seem to back this up because this tree keeps getting in my way. There we go. I think. Snake her in there. Although, you know, as I was talking before that there was nothing to spend money on, now I kind of want to get a new planter because I didn't really know that one just went 7 miles an hour. The rest of them go fast. Like this one goes 11 and it's 18 meters wide, right? And it's really only like 40 grand more than this one. So maybe in the future, I don't know. I'm not going to spend any money on it right now, obviously, because all the corn's just planted, but maybe in the future we'll get one. It's got good liquid fertilizer in it. Let's go check on this guy. This guy's working on headlands, so be done very, very soon, and then we'll be moving on into May. I don't really think it's not really any good contracts to go do. Not that we really need the cash, but you know, sometimes if there's a good one that's got a whole bunch, like that one was worth 60 grand to go cultivate it, and our cultivators were just sitting there doing nothing. So that was like an easy 60 grand to go get. But yeah, all these fields are planted. I'm not going to roll them. I'm not going to roll them. I finally decided I'm just not going to roll them. And we'll just deal with the 2.5% hit to the yield bonus. I'm good with it if you're good with it. And we'll move on. Looks like this field had some withered stuff on the edge that didn't quite get caught. Just go over and see how the neighbors are doing, see if they need a hand with anything. Looks like they've got everything planted though. Let's go check real quick. Let's jump the fence. What's he got? Parsnips. Well, owned by David. David has got a big field of parsnips. That would be super, super annoying to harvest. Oh my god. Parsnips? Let's go down to vegetable. 0.8 meters or 3 meters wide. I don't even know how wide of one this will do. 4 meters probably. Betcha, because these two would go together. That would take some time. That would take some time. Okay, I'll bring you guys back throughout the summer, and then we will get into the fall, and we'll start working on harvesting our fields, which will be great. And we'll have some more straw and stuff that we can pick up, and all that jazz. So yeah, I'll see you throughout the summer. Okay, it is June here. I just kind of went through the last couple months. I've just been pulling around doing our chores and such. So again, we're up about another 60 grand. We've just been hovering around that $1 million mark. So this is the last bit of pig food in this green trailer that is actually ours that we made. So we're out of corn now. Let me just go confirm that. Let's go into our production facilities. So yeah, we still got a bunch of canola, which is great. We got potatoes in there, but we're out of corn and we're basically out of wheat, which is, it's not too bad because next month we're going to be harvesting canola again. We're going to be harvesting wheat, and then in the fall, in a couple months, we'll be harvesting our corn. So it won't really be too bad if we got to pay for pig food for a little bit more. Again, I don't know why I keep just beating this dead horse. Like we got $1 million, we can buy quite a bit of pig food. It's not really that big of a deal. And I've just been continually going. I fill up through this spout right here, and it's always like a little bit less. So that's, yes, I always got to go in. When I use this trailer, I got to pull off an extra 7,000, and when I use the green trailer, I got to pull off an extra 11,000. It just doesn't. I don't know why it's not set better. Yeah, not too sure. Okay, let's jump into this unit. We'll dump this, and then we're gonna go. Actually, I'm just gonna jump over to this guy. There's a wild pig. Is that Buck? Get back in the barn. What is going on over here? Yeah, there's a hole. Yeah, that's Buck for sure. The usual suspect. Watch out. Yeah, get back in there. Good lord. What does he think this is? He just doesn't give a buck is what it is. Buck is awesome. We have like over 2,000 pigs in the barn. I think we have 2,300 right now, I think. We'll check when we pull over. Actually, we'll do it right now because that's going to fill with slurry. Let's dump this out. And let's go check. It was like 2336. Yeah, 2236. Sorry, my bad. 2236. We still got quite a bit of pig food in this barn. Like, I have over 200,000 liters, even after what I just had bought. And then the slurry we're obviously pulling out. There's still a good amount of straw. We got good manure in the manure heap, which I'm gonna go fill this trailer with right now. I just keep doing these laps of pulling manure, putting it in the production facility. Obviously, same with the slurry and just moving around pig food. But we're actually not at too bad of a spot, all things considered, especially when it comes to the pig food, because, like I said, there's 200,000 liters in there. They just had offspring, so I don't know exactly what this amount of pigs is going to go through in a month. It'll probably be around that 70,000 ish mark, 70,000 ish liters of food they'll go through. Let's spin this around and pull out. Yeah, roughly 70,000 liters they should go through, but that's going to increase as those pigs mature, of course, because now we got the little piglets in there. And yeah, that's definitely going to increase. But hopefully by the time it's they've gotten a bit more mature, it'll be October, and then we'll have a good amount of corn and stuff that we can make our own food again. Blah blah blah. Long story long, I wish we could make just all our pig food and not have to buy any, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm excited though that the barn is almost full. Once the barn gets full, it'll just, when they have offspring, they just automatically get sold off, which is fine. I'm just going to check here real quick. Everything should be... Oh no. I wonder if there's weeds growing in that one. There wasn't weeds growing down here. I just thought we would be good to go. No. Is that going to jam us out? Yeah, we can't deal with these weeds right now. Weeds medium. Unless I rent a sprayer. The yield bonus is at 53% on this one? What? How is that even real? That was double fertilized. I don't understand because like the ground was already fertilized and then the weeds being on there is fine, but the ground was already double fertilized, so I don't really understand how. Okay, the weeds are medium, which means I might be able to do something here. We're going to test this out together, and it's either going to work or it's going to be a complete nightmare. So we're along for the ride on this one. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go into our shop bay, and I'm going to put some narrow tires on this tractor. Don't have our automatic doors anymore. I took them off because, like you said, they were kind of annoying me. But let's go into the shop here. Can we put narrow tires, wheel weights, wheel setup? Why is this so confusing? Like, I really need to know the actual size of the tires. Twin wheels. Okay, so we're gonna back this tractor out. Which I do like how fast you can go in reverse with this thing. Let's grab this tractor instead. I'll put narrow tires on this one, and we'll see if we can go through. If we can go through and run over that field without any crop damage. Narrow tires. What's it do? Cost us $1,000. Let's do it. See if we can fix this problem here. Fire this guy up. What we'll do is we'll go right over. I got fertilizer sitting right outside here. So I'll connect right to this and we'll cruise across this field and see if we can get across it without wrecking anything. I think we should be able to. You definitely will be able to fertilize it. You basically can fertilize right up until the point that it's ready to harvest, but I just don't know how the game is coded. Like each crop I think is different for... Seems like it's fine. Seems like it's fine. Let's get some fertilizer on here. Okay, so these tires don't wreck anything. That's awesome to know. Let's get this fertilized and then we'll throw a... It's medium weeds, right? Weed, medium. Like we should definitely be able to fix this. Definitely. Though those hoeing units will do small and medium sized weeds. They won't do large. We'd have to get a herbicide sprayer to do the large. Let's just run out here real quick. 75%. And if we deal with the weeds, it might even be... Let's just run out here. It'll be a little bit better. Dang. That other field, when I first looked, when I was like running around in between the months, I just had like, I didn't come into the map like this. I just went down to look at it and it didn't have any weeds growing on it. And I was like, oh, okay, it must be good to go. Because I did the weeds on this one. These were both plowed fields. There shouldn't have been weeds that popped through. No, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're able to deal with at least the fertilizing state right now. Man, I swear that was 100% fertilized. Was it not? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to get the fertilizing complete on it, and then I'll bring you back in when we're dealing with the weeds, just so you guys can see if that works out, which it should, but you never know. I'll bring you in. I'll bring you along for the ride here at the Hard Times Hog Farm. I'm going to, in the meantime, maybe just spin around, and I might grab one more load of pig food, just because why not? Like I said, I like to stay over that $1 million mark, and the rest of it can just go straight to pig food. So we'll fill that, and I know that I have to remove 11,000. The same every time. Because it's 26,000 that it'll charge me. It'll come out of the account, but it's a 37,000 liter trailer. Or 37,500. I just keep it simple. I just do 12. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm ahead $250. 250 big ones. This trailer's in the way, so I wonder if I'll be able to snake this in here. Oh yeah. Or maybe not. There we go. Let's turn this off. Okay, so this is basically fertilized. I'm just going to take over this AI worker because it'll take them forever to do this turn when really you can just spin like that. There we go. Okay, let's go get the... Yeah, there's no sense me bringing you guys back. Let's go grab the weeding unit and see if we can deal with the weeds on this cornfield. Oh, we might have got it just in the nick of time. That wheat field is so close to being harvested, and there's like some crazy crop destruction that happened on that field. I really don't know what it is. It's not like the normal kind of like circular damage, if that makes sense. You know how it's always in kind of like the crop circle style? damage. It's not like that. It looks... I'll show you once we get going on it. Let's drop this off. Oh, I just ran into that truck. That's okay. That truck's fine. That's the OG truck. All right, let's see. This'll determine. Shouldn't wreck this field either. Let's see. We'll set a worker to do it, and we'll see what happens here. I probably can open this up. It should just. Okay, let's look. It's not damaging anything. Yep, that's clearing it off. Okay, perfect. Not too bad then. Lucky I caught that when we did. That would have sucked to get all the way to the end to have a 50% yield bonus. No, we need all the corn that we can get. No stock left behind, right? That would have sucked. But okay, we have fixed the problem. I'm going to jump out here. See, yeah, the yield bonus is at 90. Geez, needs rolling. Probably could have used that 2.5% yield bonus. Is this going to tell us? Okay, yeah, let's go look at this like damage. See this damage? That's weird stuff. It's not like this normal. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's like a tornado went through there. Maybe that's what happened. Tornado touchdown here at the Hard Times Hog Farm. These fields are good to go. But these fields are pretty fresh. Give it time. Canola field. Canola field looks awesome. Not too much damage on this one either. We got lucky. Okay, great. All right, well, I'm going to deal with these weeds. This really won't take that long. This guy, it'll only take a couple more passes. It'll be pretty quick. I'll bring you back in, obviously in July, and then we're going to start harvesting. We're going to start harvesting. I think we're going to start on our wheat field. We're going to get the big John Deere combine, and we'll get that started on our wheat field. I will take the Claus combine and our little Claus trailer, and we'll go up to the canola field like we always do. And yeah, we'll just start with that. So I'll bring you guys back in July, and we'll start harvesting. All right, welcome to July. Welcome to canola and wheat harvesting season. I am just getting pulled around here. I'm just kind of getting everything organized. I'm going to put this in its spot. I'm going to get it filling with slurry, because why not? I am going to get the trailers and stuff ready. Now, it's raining a little bit. Just a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe if we jump in here. It's raining just a little bit. So I want to wait for this weather to clear just before we start doing the harvest. So it's just going to be in a couple hours here. But I'm just kind of getting everything ready to go, if that makes sense. We'll get the combines up, get them set. Pigs are sleeping. Pigs are sleeping. Pigs are always sleeping. Sleeping and eating. That's all they do. Let's just go and check on them real quick before we get everything set up. Okay, so we've got 150,000 liters of food in there. The barn is maxed out. Okay, we have 2,488 pigs in there. It is maxed out. I don't know about all their maturity levels and stuff, but we've got 100 pigs at 15 months, 100 to here. 200 at 14. Man, we got a lot of pigs. Somehow we just have like 8 at 13 months here. Like, that's crazy. I don't really know what's going on with that. Okay. Let's get this spun around, and let's get this one. This truck and trailer, or the tractor and trailer, is going to be out in this wheat field. That is 100% confirmed. So I'm just going to set that there for right now. This is sitting there full, but let's jump into the John Deere. Let's fire it up. Let's unpark it. Let's get him out and unfolded. We got to go hook onto our big set of headers here, and then we got to get out to our wheat field, which we might actually have to go. The other way here. I don't know if I'll fit through. Why? No, I will not fit through over there. We can start down on this part, this corner. And I'm going to enable the straw swath. Let's just make sure it is enabled. Nope, it's not. Okay, there we go. We'll enable the straw swath because we're going to pick up all the straw off this field. And just real quick before we get going, first of all, let's turn on our AI workers. Okay. let's get going on that. I'm going to set a worker to just go. And what I want to do is check our silos. We have 5,500 liters of wheat. So we'll see exactly how much wheat we're going to get off this field. Let's jump into this trailer and let's go drop the slurry off into the production facility. And I might do some rounds here with pig food just quick. Well, no, we can always do that after. Let's dump that slurry in here because we'll be using this tractor and the claws trailer for the canola. Let's go hop into this combine and then we'll head up to our canola field. Get this guy fired up, get him unparked. And we just got to connect onto our headers and then off to the canola field we go. Yeah, one day we'll get... Who's blocked by an object? Is that me? Oh, God, yeah. There we go. Just a little bit. Back out of there. And we'll head up to the canola field and we'll get someone going on this. Hopefully I got enough room to sneak through here with these headers. We'll let this combine worker get ahead a little bit. And then we'll pull. Hopefully that's out of the way there. Well, we'll know right away. We will know right away. I should be able to sneak past here. Oh yeah. Yep, we're good to go. Good to go. Now this canola field, it should have been ready. Looks like it's not. We're going to have to wait till next month. That's okay. We'll just set this here and let it wait, which is fine. I just automatically thought that this canola field should be ready. I wonder why it's not. Must have planted it late or something and I just forgot about it. Okay, let's shut this combine down. I didn't even run up to look, honestly. I just assumed that it would be ready. So that's fine. What we can do then is we can use this tractor to kind of do some rounds with getting some pig food and stuff brought into the barn, because we got 150,000 liters in there, but we've got about 40 grand we can spend. So maybe what I'll do is do two loads through here. Oh, I went the wrong way. And I already know that I need to remove 7. It's just the routine. And there we go. There we go. So yeah, so I guess we went through about 50,000 liters of pig food. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to dump this in. We've got 150, so we should have about 172,000 liters roughly once this is all said and done. And so we'll remember that for next month. It's going to kind of consistently change as these pigs mature a little bit, but I'll just try and keep track a little bit better. Yeah, 171,000, 170, even 170 we'll remember is just kind of the baseline for the food right now. And again, we'll see what that is. And we'll be able to gauge a bit. If it is like 50 or 60,000 liters that it goes up, then we can just kind of, we'll just know in the future roughly what to watch for. It'll probably come to the point where that barn with that many pigs is we're going through about 100,000 liters per month. I think if they're all at max maturity level, all 2,500, that's roughly what it would cost per month. Roughly. And so if we are able to make our own pig food for about 8 months, then really we would be spending about 400 to half a million, 400 grand to half a million a year on pig food, which we make about, you know, when we're able to fill this up with slurry, like, because as they mature we'll get more slurry, and we'll be making roughly 60 to 70,000 a month from slurry and the manure and such. So it won't be that, you know, it's not really that much money that you have to spend per year. Pigs are pretty, once you get to this point, pigs are not too bad. Like, really. I mean, you got to have the fields and stuff and the ability to feed them, which, like, I don't really need to have 2,000 pigs. Like, you could have a pretty conservative pig farm where you held around even 500 to 1,000 pigs and sold them off every 2 years, and you'd make a couple mil from them. plus their slurry and everything. And if you had fields roughly like ours, get the greenhouse for the potatoes, you'd be able to feed them for quite a while and relatively cheap. So, of all the animals I've done, pigs are probably, for me, they're one of the best. And it's just because I like that they honestly don't produce, like, they produce manure and slurry, but you don't really have to worry about the other, like some of the other animals. Like if you do sheep and stuff, there's always so much wool that you have to deal with. Like when you really get big sheep barns and stuff like that, the amount of wool that they produce is crazy. Like each month you just have to go through and you're loading up pallets and pallets of wool. I would like to do a sheep series, but honestly, I've been waiting for a really good pallet auto loading mods to come out, just because I know how much wool they're gonna produce, and it's insane amounts each month. And if you don't have auto loading pallet trailers, like it's such like it would take forever. It wouldn't even be fun to do the series because obviously I like the series where we grow everything to a massive amount, like it's fun having 2,000 pigs. I want to grow it and grow it and grow it. But when you have 3,000 sheep and you're getting, 50,000 liters of wool per month, like, and you don't have an auto loading pallet, yeah, that's not fun for me. Okay, how's this guy looking? 72%. We're probably not even going to get a full headland done. Missing a little bit there, bud. We're missing a little bit on the edge. That's killing me. That's killing me. What are we doing here? How is that not bothering him? How's that not bothering him? Oh well, we'll just have to live with it. Okay, let's go hook onto this tractor. We're gonna have to. You might as well start going right now, because yeah, he's 80% full. We're not going to make it a full lap around. I should have been paying attention more and did a bit of a grain dump when they were on this side. But that's okay. We'll have to back this guy up and just get some of that offloaded. Not that big of a deal. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of keep going with this harvest, and I'll bring you back, partial ways through when we're taking some loads over to the silos, and as we get a little bit further along, and then we'll get into our forage wagon and we'll start pulling some of this wheat, or some of this straw rather, off and putting it in our storage facility. All right, we're coming along nicely with this wheat harvest. I had a brainstorm, as I do, as we're sitting here and I'm just chilling beside these combines. Like, really, if we do this, which I should have done before, I just kind of liked always doing the harvests all at once because we needed to have the wheat and the canola, like we were behind on everything. But if we do this staggered, like, so the wheat harvests first, and then we got to wait till next month to go do the canola, like, I could just sell our other combine, and really we could get away with just having this one, and we've got a good set of headers. It holds 14,000 liters worth of grain or yield, really, and yeah, like I wouldn't even need to get another combine, right? If we're not doing two at once, because we're not obviously harvesting corn at the same time. So really, I think that's what I'm going to just do, is just stagger the plants, which I don't know why. Like I said, like when I was doing it before, it was always like we need wheat and canola at the same time. Like when we first were getting the pig food making unit down, we needed all the different recipe ingredients, so it was like just let's get it going, right? But yeah, I might as well stagger these plants each year, and then yeah, we don't have to worry about running two combines, and I could just sell that other claws one, which is what I think I'm going to do. I went and got a different forage wagon, one that's just a little bit bigger so it's easier to pull the straw off, which costed just a little bit of difference. I don't really know how much wheat we're going to get off this field. Obviously, this is the first trailer full, but there's still a bit to do, but like really not that much in the scheme of things. Like there's just this other pass. So I don't really know exactly what the final tally will be from the wheat, but it'll just be what it'll be. And yeah, we'll go from there. I have been just kind of, as I'm going, geez, look how dirty that trailer is. Good Lord. It's because we were hauling manure around with it, wasn't it? I've just been kind of like in between the the trailer fulls of grain, or when I had to do grain dumps out, I've been just kind of going up and down with the forage wagon, trying to pick up some of the straw as I went. Yeah, I went and got this one. It'll hold a little bit more capacity and it'll just drive a little bit faster. We can pick up at about 20 mile an hour, which just kind of helps. It still doesn't pull the like this hill is pretty intense. It's like really intense to be honest. You can go down this hill a little bit faster, but I was going like 10 mile an hour coming up it. Yeah, it's a pretty gnarly hill. But yeah, I think that's what I'll probably end up doing with the combines. I don't know. Like, if we don't get enough wheat yield off this field, we may have to buy another field, which is fine. We definitely can afford to do that. But at that point, if we're doing wheat at the same time, then maybe it would be good to have two combines. Blah, blah, blah. What I've learned with farming is you have a bunch of ideas and then you basically just have to wait and see, and then everything goes wrong, you adapt, you create a new plan, then you wait and see, then a bunch of things go wrong, so you create a plan, you adapt, and then you wait and see. That's basically farming in a nutshell. And then yeah, this rain, it's just raining a little bit, so usually it'll kick you off if you're trying to harvest in the rain. If it's raining too hard, it'll stop. But it's not stopping us, so I figured, man, we'll just keep going. We might have to take a break though here. Like it was going, and then it kind of calmed down a little bit. Not too sure. I'll wait and see. I'm gonna go check in with the worker in that combine and see what they think. See what the yield. It might cause a low yield, so I actually don't really know. Does anyone know if you can harvest in the rain? Does it cause a lower yield? Let me know in the comment section below. I know before that in FS22 it wouldn't let you harvest if it was raining too bad. It would just like tell you, or it wouldn't let an AI worker start. But I don't know what it's like in FS25. I haven't really fully tested it. But yeah, I'll keep progressing along here, and I'll kind of bring you back as we finish off. So we ended up waiting a little bit. Waited a couple hours for that rain to kick off, and then we came back to harvesting. So this guy's just finishing up his last pass down the field. I'm still just kind of chasing along, getting the straw pulled off with our forage wagon. Gotta pull this hill here, like this hill over there is pretty gnarly. So we're gonna pull this hill now, and I don't know exactly how much wheat we're getting off of everything. I can't remember exactly how much I got in my trailer sitting there, but should probably be around that 50,000-ish mark. I think. Can't really remember exactly. We'll figure it out once we're all said and done. We had 5,000, like 5,500 in that silo already. So basically whatever we get is going to be pretty good. The main thing that we're behind on is corn, because that's the majority, like kind of the majority component in the recipe that we need. Potatoes are easy to stay on top of. The greenhouse produces enough potatoes. And but we obviously got a surplus of canola, which for the longest time that's what we were behind on. But it was just the way the fields all kind of worked and finished off with, because we were buying fields in particular order, and yeah. But now we're way ahead on canola. I am glad we got this field though. Like I'm super glad we got this field. We got a bunch of weird dead spots on this field to fix though. So we'll have to go through and do that. Basically what I want to do is get obviously all the straw and everything cleared off, which we're almost done doing. Get the final little bit of this wheat pulled off, which this guy is finishing right now. So we should just click right into this. And let's get him out of the way, and we'll get the pipe out. I'm just gonna finish this pass real quick, and then we'll come down with the tipper trailer, and we'll get the final little bit of grain out of this combine. So let's shut that off. Let's jump over to this guy, and let's head down. Yes, we got about 15,000 liters sitting in this right now. So that would put us at 52,000, and then whatever's left in the combine. So yeah, about roughly around that 60,000 liter marker, which isn't too bad. I don't really know the state of this field. Like when we got it, it was plowed, but also that could just be a visual thing because we've bought fields before where they were like plowed and then we got one harvest off it and it was like you need to plow this field. So I don't really know what to expect. Let's jump out. It needs rolling. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that. All right, we got a good little chunk out of this. That puts us at about 57,000 liters on the day or from this field. Not bad. Yeah, 60, 61, maybe 62,000 liters we get off this field. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, let's head over. Let's start getting some of this stuff cleared off this field. We'll take this trailer in first, and then we'll come behind and grab the combine and such because I want to get the set of cultivators out there and going basically right away. Just so we can get this field turned around and we'll get it planting next month. Sorry, in September. And then yeah, we're gonna wait and we're gonna plant our canola. How did we get it so that our canola we'll plant our canola in September. And then if we plant our wheat in September, that's what it was. We did both of our plantings in September, and then we were just able to harvest for some reason sooner. Oh, ran into this. Okay, let's get this dumped in. Not paying attention, looking at the friggin' menu, and we went head first into the barn. Crazy. Like I like that tree, but every time I back around in here, that it's always in our face. Let's dump this off. Let's go grab this combine. Oh my god. Let's bring the pipe in. Let's close this unit. Yeah, we got so many dead spots to clear off this field, which yeah, whatever. It doesn't really take that long. Once I set the cultivator going, and we'll come behind with the plow, and it really won't take that long. And then next month we are going to be harvesting the canola. So let's do something here real quick. Let's back up here and get some fuel in this unit. Let's grab this unit. 252,000 liters of straw. Not too bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That'll have us... We'll be stocked up for straw for quite a while for that pig barn. That's good to know. We might not even have to do straw next time off this field. Because we don't really need to do straw. It's just nice to get the manure every now and then. Let's pull through. I'm just going to actually put it straight into our storage facility here. And then that way we'll just grab it when we need it. But that barn's not going to run out really anytime soon. Now, the only thing is getting up through here with that other combine. Can I take down? I tried to take down. Yeah, I can't take down this fence. That kind of sucks. But I can cut down some of these trees and make it a little bit easier to get up through here with the with that other combine. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sell this one now and just keep the one. And like I said, just kind of stagger our canola and our wheat. We don't really need to have two. I mean, it's nice to have. It would be nice to have two, but if we're not doing them at the exact same time, then it's not really gonna be super worth it. The only problem is kind of getting around everywhere here with this set of headers. But I'll do some shifting. I don't think I can get through. No, I wouldn't be able to get through there. Even though I know that trailer's obviously in the way, but I think I'll have to go around no matter what. So I might have to make a bit of a road kind of in between our wheat field and stuff here. But it won't ever really matter because there's not crops going to be growing on this like when it comes time to harvest anyways. Like this will just be cultivated next month and we won't even really be planting, so I won't ever really have to worry too much about like having a good pathway through there. But okay, let's jump over. I want to park this just kind of out of the way for now. And let's go grab our cultivators and get them going on the field. Or at least get them over there and get set up. we'll get prepped out there. What I kind of want to do as well is just get a stage of fertilizer down, and yeah, go from there. Maybe that's what we'll do. Is I'll get these cultivators kind of out and ready. Get them sitting right here. Let's go grab our fertilizer spreader. We'll get a stage of fertilizer set down on that field right away, and then we can start doing all our field prep and stuff next month while we're doing our harvest. I don't know if this is enough fertilizer. Let's go over to the buying station and just get filled up before we head out. $1,000. Yeah, that's basically all we needed really to put in there. All right, let's get someone going on this. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, there we go. Well, the wheat harvest is complete. Let's tab back over here. Oh, is that thing full? Okay, we might have to leave someone sitting in there. No big deal. Let's go check the final tally on the silo. Is it not going to tell me? 68,000 liters of wheat. Perfect. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. We just got to get our corn harvested and we'll be back to making pig food, which is great. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it like always. If you haven't done so already, we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers on the channel, depending when you're watching this, of course. In the future, hopefully we'll have surpassed that point, but we're closing in on that. And if anyone feels so inclined to help us get to that goal, I would really, really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone who has hit that sub button, all the comments and stuff that I get from everybody, the likes on the video. It's all appreciated immensely. I can't thank you guys enough. That's probably, we're getting pretty close to tying this series together. So there's not going to be too many episodes left, and then we'll be on to our next one, which I've got planned out, and I'm pretty excited for. It's going to be something we haven't done before, kind of a weird little mix, but I'm excited to do it and kind of learn some new parts of the game, if you will. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever it is you're watching this. Thank you as always, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.